we actually watched 3 red nail marks begin to appear down her chest. And as we grabbed her by the arms and tried to run her out of the building, we sat there and watched 3 more red nail marks appear down her back. The Apaches worship the mountain and the god that they believed lives inside it, that actually guards a literal portal to hell.
Oh my god, it did it! To a nail? Oh, whoa, 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 whoa.
That image over there, by the way, was positively frightening.
Crypt Keepers, I cannot tell you how excited I am for tonight's investigation. We have a whole ghost town to ourselves. This place is also pretty epic, and I think it's very interesting because a lot of the hauntings here center from the land itself, not necessarily the structures that make up the ghost town.
This place is actually sentimental to us because we came here years ago before we started filming for AmysCrypt. Amy wrote a blog, took some photos, but that is it. We have not ever explored and investigated this place in depth like we're going to get to do tonight.
And oh my gosh, we have the best weather. There is storm brewing. The drive out here was terrifying. And then we have the Superstitious Mountains where there's a lot of weird stories such as curses, death, murder, and oh my god, that looks so ominous with the low cloud hanging over it. That's got to bring energy to tonight. One that I am particularly interested in is right behind me, the bordello, and I have heard that a couple of women have been scratched down the back.
Mixed feelings about the trip so far. I mean, this is the second brothel we've investigated. We've only been here a week, so I don't know.
If I got physically attacked on an investigation, I would be so excited. I know that sounds weird, but I really, really want that level of evidence. That's what this trip's all about, pushing ourselves to the ultimate limit, so stay tuned. This land is cursed, as those who perish within the shadow of the Superstition mountain will become trapped, their souls doomed to inhabit the land for the rest of time. Just one reason why many believe Goldfield Ghost Town, sitting at the base of this great mountain range, is so haunted.
Goldfield was established in 1893. It was the richest gold mining town in Arizona's history, but it was right at the foot of the Superstition Mountains. The Superstition Mountains are actually known to be cursed. The Apaches worship the mountain and the god that they believed lives inside it to this day, that actually guards a literal portal to hell. Any man that trespasses this mountain or tries to get that gold out of the earth will be met with a horrible fate. The town of Goldfield, though, they built it in 1893, regardless of their warning. The men got rich, but it only took 5 years for the mine to become flooded. To this day, the largest lake in Arizona rests underground. The Goldfield mines, much further than where I stand now, is no longer accessible. And to this day, those that venture to try and find that gold often don't come back.
Perhaps it is the curse, or perhaps it is the history surrounding the ghost town. Either way, many to visit have reported encounters with the paranormal. These span from terrifying physical attacks to sightings of full-bodied apparitions.
Now, the town of Goldfield is, honestly, among the most paranormal places I have ever been. Just on the tours alone, we've had people hearing footsteps, doors being slammed. We've seen doors open by themselves. We've seen rocks be thrown. We've seen shovels get thrown across the room. It is absolutely common for people to feel the need to flee the tour. Now, not always, but the thing is, when we go around in the dark knocking, we're not surprised at all when things knock back. This is extremely common and happens more here in Goldfield, Arizona than anywhere I've ever been. It's very, very common for people to see apparitions, hear voices, objects be moved, people be pushed. We've had grown men be pushed to the ground swearing something touched them. We've had people faint. We've had people go pale. We've had people wind up with scratches, bruises, burn marks even, coming up to me and asking, am I gonna be okay? And I'm like, I don't know. It's not up to me. One of the beautiful things about Goldfield as well, due to the Native American curse that is supposed to be on the Superstition Mountains that overwatches the town, supposedly whatever is after you here won't necessarily follow you home, necessarily. Now, the unknown prospector was a man who got to be buried in Goldfield twice. There is a burial site just outside the town of Goldfield, sort of close to the Superstition Mountains. We do not know exactly how many men are buried there due to the fact that the wooden head frames they used to mark their graves simply withered away over time. However, the owner of the town himself, Bob Schuch, on a construction dig, accidentally dug up one of the bodies, when the man he was working alongside of pointed out that he could actually see a human femur bone protruding from the dirt. The two men began to dig further, only to find a man's skeleton. They weren't able to find the man's identity. However, when Goldfield reclaimed the body back from the university, as a memorial, they reburied the man over by our train station under a large stone that reads, "Rest in peace, the unknown prospector." So to this day, his identity is unknown, but a lot of people do believe the unknown prospector's spirit is known to wander the town of Goldfield as well. In fact, the owner of the town, Bob Shush himself, through a session with a spirit box, even once had a voice who we think was the unknown prospector thank him for giving him the proper burial. Being a ghost tour guide in a place like Goldfield is exciting, but also takes a bit of courage. Now, admittedly, guests have actually fled our tour, screaming, running all the way to their cars, in fact. However, as a tour guide and somebody that wants to represent the paranormal in the town, we're not allowed to do the same. We stand our ground, we don't run, no matter what. One person that works for us, a lovely woman by the name of Amelia, she got her test on her very first night, the first time she ever investigated and did a tour with Fear Frontier in this very mine. A spirit box said her name. Not only did it say it once, it said it twice. And after repeating her name the second time, it followed with, "Amelia, run, run, run." Amelia stood her ground, and we knew we had to keep her. If you're brave enough to venture with us on one of these ghost tours, meet myself or Amelia or anyone else in Fear Frontier, come on out and see what you're made of.
We were fortunate enough to work with Matt of Fear Frontier Tours to investigate 2 of the town's haunted hotspots, the first being a portion of a former mine.
One thing we often say about Goldfield is here we have too many spirits to count. Now, there are some that are more famous than others. Some friendly, some not so friendly, some you don't even want to begin to try and tamper with. In the mine, where I'm standing now, we've heard countless voices from both grown men as well as children, as you only had to be 13 to actually begin working underground here in Goldfield. The life expectancy, if you were lucky, was about 35 to 40 years old from how dangerous it was to work in the mine, as well as the consumption from constantly taking damage to the lungs from all the debris and shrapnel that filled the air here pretty much 24/7. So there's always going to be spirits of different kinds. Most of them are going to be more voices of the past than names and faces. However, there are certain entities that we seem to know more as they get a bit more aggressive, repeat the same activity. Some of them we've given names. There's one that goes by the name of Danny, and another goes by the name of Jeffrey. 2 completely different types of entities, both equally as terrifying and threatening now.
We were also fortunate to investigate the town's bordello, a former brothel where the most intense and terrifying paranormal attack within the town occurred.
Spirits also get a bit aggressive there, but what is unique about the bordello is it also contains a great sadness, a bit of a despair. In fact, the death rate in the town of Goldfield, while high due to the fact that mining was extremely dangerous, as is the Arizona desert, in the bordello, the death rate of women was high because a lot of them took their own lives. Conditions could be harsh. For example, in the middle of the 1890s, in the middle of the Arizona desert, women in this town were outnumbered 80 to 1. So on one end of the bordello, you'll have especially women feeling this great sadness as if they're connecting with the women of the past and what they went through. But on the other end, it's frightening how aggressive it can be. With my own eyes, I have seen women faint, become scratched. We've heard disembodied voices, as well as doors slam, footsteps, shot glasses fall to the floor, the smell of cigar and perfume, gunpowder, whiskey. These have all been there, present, when you'd swear the room was empty.
Arriving in town, we had no idea just how active our night would become, which may have been a direct response to the massive thunderstorm that swept through town during our investigation. So pay close attention during this video, and comment if we missed anything. In last week's video, some of you picked up on a doll moving by itself within the very haunted Black Swan Inn of Texas, which is terrifying and something that Jared and I both missed. So if you're ready to help us investigate the haunted Goldfield ghost town, hit like, subscribe, and let's jump into the investigation, starting with the mine. At the entrance to the mine we're about to descend, we're literally locked in.
What was that?
Thunder? There's going to be so much energy around tonight. I'm terrified.
That was definitely some loud ass thunder.
So right now we're walking down into the mine, and this is one of the most paranormally active places here at Goldfield Ghost Town. Oh, sweet Lord. How do we get in?
I think you pull this thing.
You pull the what's it and the thingamajigger. Ooh.
Wow. This is legit underground mine.
This place is so freaking cool. Just as I was pulling out my phone to roll on GhostTube, we began to hear noises coming from behind us.
Did you hear that?
Mm-hmm. I just heard movement, like possibly footsteps, as I was setting up GhostTube to roll. You heard that too, right?
Yep.
Hello? Can you come through that door? We checked for what may have made these noises behind us, but found nothing that could explain them.
It's going to close that behind us. Yeah, but there are definitely noises coming from that side of the door while we were setting up just then. If someone's here, can you tap once for yes, twice for no as we're speaking to you, please? If you're here now, can you tap?
Hiding.
They're hiding.
Hiding. Where are you hiding?
You don't have to be scared of us. My name's Amy, this is Jared. In fact, right where we're standing, there's something very special that has a lot of activity associated with it. They literally they've named it Danny. And it's this jumpsuit here. Danny, or the entity that seems to cling to this old suit here. Are you around? Can you give us a sign?
Apparently this jumpsuit just showed up one day. No one knows where it came from. It is a very old jumpsuit, though not believed to be original to this particular mine. Sometimes randomly moves around, they don't know where it goes, and then it will reappear again days later.
I've heard people react strangely around it, particularly women as well. And this Danny, this thing, whatever you'd like to call it, is a bit on the darker, like aggressive side. So maybe we do some experiments with Danny, or your clothes Danny, a bit later.
How do they know the name's Danny? Was that, like, did that come through on an investigation one time, or?
It's a nickname because of the kid in The Shining. So again, if there's anyone here and you can hear my voice, I would love to interact with you tonight. Can you come up to the lights in my hand? If you do, maybe you can select a word. If you're hiding, you don't need to be. Please don't be shy.
Are you male? Can you tap once for yes, twice for no?
Are you female? Women tend to cop it down here, they reckon, because women weren't allowed down in the mine, so I don't think it would be a female spirit. Can you give us any kind of noise? You can touch us. You can throw something at us if you don't want to come near us and you're actually hiding. Can you tell us what happened down here?
Where are you hiding? I just heard like metal clinking.
Yeah.
Like clink.
Can you make a louder noise, a very loud noise? Can you tap once for yes, twice for no? Is it all right that we're here?
I heard one tap then.
I heard more than one.
As in no? Or was it two yeses?
2 yeses. Come on, Jared.
I heard a single tap. You heard double? Can you just confirm for us, please? 1 tap for yes, 2 for no. Is it okay that we're here tonight? That was 2.
I heard 3. We were eventually able to establish that these taps were caused by a water drip, as there had been a massive downpour of rain outside which we weren't aware of at the moment being underground. We also weren't aware that the approaching storm would only intensify and in turn amplify our paranormal interactions for this evening. Look at this, oh my god.
Shot.
Were you murdered? Was it an accident? Do you know who shot you? I'm not surprised to hear a shot come through, given the history of the area, to be honest. Here are some unfortunate miners. That looks freaking spooky. So I've heard there's a spirit named Jeffrey down here. Can you prove that to me? We now set up a GhostTube SLS to monitor the area where Danny, a possibly demonic and negative entity, exists, while we reached out on the staircase, where the most aggressive of activity is said to linger, and right away we had interactions via our REM pod. Alright, let me come up here.
There it goes again.
Oh, thank you. So we've already got some REM pod activity. Is that Jeffrey? Can you go towards that red light again to show us that it's you? Thank you. Can you go a bit closer to that? It likes you, Jared.
Don't say that.
Okay, so I've been told that there's a spirit named Jeffrey that hangs around this staircase, and we're going to use a device now that maybe you can use to talk to us. If that is you, or if someone else is here, God to the lights in his hand, maybe you can talk to us. This is supposedly an aggressive area, right, Jared?
How about we start with a name?
We'd love to know who you are.
I heard they're coming.
Well, if you're down there with Danny, we have a camera down there too. Maybe we can see you. Okay.
That just lit up.
Come up to these lights on the stairs. Oh. Thank you. Who do you like better, me or Jared? If you go towards that red light, you like Jared?
Oh my God, it just did it.
Okay, so...
That was a direct response to your question then.
It was, but that's concerning because women cop it down here. The spirit is aggressive because women weren't supposed to be down in the mines. Yep. What about me?
If we're speaking to the spirit that they've named Danny, can you light up this device up here on the ledge here?
It's not Danny.
This is crazy. We're getting like all of these lights light up now. So can someone tell us who we're speaking with? Can you tell us where you are? I just heard was here.
Was here.
Was here.
How many of you are down here? Can you... Well, did you just come up the stairs with me?
Can you tell us what used to happen? The lantern just went on.
Really? It all came on the stairs as well.
Can you tell us how many people are here with us right now?
Okay, this is going off too. All around me. I hope I'm not blocking it.
How many people are with us here on the staircase?
4.
What do you think of having a woman down here? Where are you right now? We now switched things up and reached out using a spirit box instead of ghost tube vox to see if we could get any different kinds of interactions. We feel like we had someone on the stairs with us earlier because this red light was going off. Is there somebody here? Can you talk to me through this device? Do you not want to talk to me because I'm a woman? Would you feel more comfortable talking to Jared? I heard bad. What if Jared asks a question? As I was not getting many responses, we decided to switch again and have Jared lead the conversation.
Perhaps you prefer talking to a male? Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Ah!
Can you use the energy from that to talk to us? Get me out of here. I heard get me out of here. It's kind of hard to hear over the spirit box, but I kid you not, this was the loudest crack of thunder I have ever heard, and I did think the mine was collapsing for a split second. You can also hear this sound over on our SLS camera down the other end of the mine. I do also want to note, with this storm, the activity only kept intensifying, whether that was due to the energy in the air, water, or maybe even a connection to the Superstition Mountains, a place where the Apaches believed that a thunder god resided, the same god believed to have placed a curse of death onto this land.
Can you tell us what happened down here? Can you tell us? That just went off again.
I know.
How many people are here with us now?
4.
4?
Did you hear 4?
So if there's 4 of you here, can you tell us the name? Ames?
Yeah?
Should we do an Estes?
You want to do an Estes?
Should we do an Estes just to cut out the noise? Because we're getting good results here now.
I think my hair just moved, or maybe it was me. I'll have to review that. With so much going on, we decided to turn our spirit box session into an Estes. This saw me listen to the same tool using noise cancelling headphones and reciting anything I heard come through, while Jared asked questions I could not hear. In addition, I wore Ghost 2 blends which displayed calming, repetitive imagery to help induce a trance-like state.
Can you tell us if someone's here with us now?
It's a bit hot, or a bit hard.
What's hard? Can you tell me?
It seems so.
Can you tell me your name?
We're all people.
Who's we? How many people are here? Can you tell me how many people are here with us? Are we welcome here?
7.
7. There's 7 of you. Thank you. Can you tell us what you're doing down here? Why are you down here?
8.
8 of you. Who's the extra one? Who just came here? Can you tell us how you feel about Amy and me being here? How do you feel about the rain?
They're aged in their 20s.
Well, thank you. What can you tell us about Danny? Who's Danny?
Sick.
He's sick. What's wrong with Danny?
Here, just as Jared asked about Danny, an extra voice can be heard on just one of the camera's audio tracks. This is clearly not me or Jared, and I really feel like the potential EVP says kill. But let me know what you can hear in a comment.
What can you tell us about Danny? What can you tell us about Danny? Can you tell us what's wrong with Danny?
The bedroom.
What bedroom? Where? Where in town is that? Are you still here with us? Whoever brought all that energy before, are you still here with us now?
Well, hold up.
We're not going anywhere. Unless there's somewhere you want us to go tonight.
You need us to.
We'd love you to. We'd love you to follow us around tonight, if you can. We're going to be going to the Bordello later. Does that place hold any relevance for you?
We're trying to dance.
Trying to dance at the Bordello? What type of dance? Who's we as well? Who are you dancing with? Is it a woman? Is she down here?
Out.
You want us to get out or she's
You're a
out?
toy.
You want us to get out or she's out?
Steve.
Steve. Is that one of the people here? One of the 7 or 8 people here?
Jared. I just seen, so I'm watching the flying over the earth setting, and I just seen like black come across the screen from left to right, and it was almost like someone just walked past. But I mean, like how can someone walk past? Do you know what I mean? I'm looking at a screen that's just right in front of my face.
Amy's using a mode where she's just watching a looping video, like a video of the earth is what it sounds like. We use that to get into that trance-like state. There's no way that anything can just walk past the lens. That's not how the lens works. And as she said that, all of these lights just went up. That's really weird. That's not something that we've made Seer or lens capable of doing. So that's really, really interesting.
We'll get our kicks.
Are you having fun with us? Are you playing with us? Oh my God.
Of course.
They just went up on command as you said that. What do you think of these lights here on the floor that you just lit up? Oh my God, there it goes.
There's a lot of rain.
There is a lot of rain, yeah.
We'll play.
Is this a child that I'm speaking with? No? That is so crazy.
It's here.
What's here? Can you tell me? I feel like there's more than one.
We'll run up.
Run up the stairs right now, please. Run up the stairs.
I can or I can't. I did it before.
I've seen you do it before. Why can't you do it again now? I've seen you do it a few times tonight. There it goes again. Thank you. It's loving this tripwire tonight.
Waiting.
What are you waiting for?
Come to you?
You can come hold my hand if you like. Come hold my hand. Come touch
Old.
it. Not too old. Come touch my hand.
I just heard a dude like...
Can you come touch my hand? That'll really scare me.
I just heard my...
Okay, that's not what I want to know about. So I'm guessing we're talking to men. Is that much right? Can you tell me that? Things on the stairs just went off. Okay, I'll take that as a yes.
He's here.
He's here. Okay, great.
They're here.
I just got goosebumps. Real bad goosebumps.
You want a sheepdog?
What?
I scared him.
Whoa, yeah you did. If we go to the bordello, are you going to follow us there? Can you give me a sign?
Jared, I'm not getting much anymore. I don't... Hang on, I'm taking these off, but I still can't see. With the activity starting to wind down near the staircase, we decided to move back deeper into the mines towards Danny's jumpsuit, where a dark entity lingers. Here, I propose something very out there to Jared. Oi, Jared, I dare you to wear Danny.
You want me to wear this dirty pair of slacks? They're like 50 years old.
They're haunted!
You've got to be kidding me.
Yeah, just shake it in case there's like scorpions or spiders. Or dust.
Dusty.
So dusty, I can smell all the dust coming off of it.
That's it, I'm not going. Are you happy now?
It looks good, actually.
Danny, if you can hear me, I'm sorry.
We're about to do an EVP session while Jared literally wears Danny. We also have the EMF tripwire set up down the mine shaft and monitored by a night vision camera. Hi, my name is Amy and I'm here tonight with Jared, and we reach out to the spirit of this jumpsuit. Is there any way you can come up close to these lights and talk to us?
How do you feel about me wearing your jumpsuit?
What? Whoa, I just seen the tripwire light up. Can you come up close to us and tell us your name, please?
What would you like me to do for work today?
Alright, let's listen. We now reviewed the recording only to find nothing of interest.
Alright, Danny, I'm taking your pants off now. Oh, oh God, I'm stuck. Oh, I forgot my trigger object. That's the worst part of our job. Thank you, my friend, for...
What?
This dust is just getting to me.
Before moving on to our next destination, we caught up with our guide, Matt, to talk about some of the experiences we had just had in the mine. Alright, so we just caught up with Matt, and I need to get this on camera because I've just told you about wearing lens on the staircase and seeing a shadow pass by, and you told me a really creepy story that is relevant to this.
It's interesting because the location of where this happened on the stairs, what's interesting is on ghost tours and investigations in the stope, once the lights are out, something that we commonly do, it's interesting how many people claim to literally see shadows walking within shadows. Like you're in the kind of pitch black that you really don't get to see unless the sky has literally been taken away from you. So you should not be able to see your own hand in front of your face, yet people claim over and over to see shadows walking through the darkness. Somehow you're able to pick that up. So with what you experience, seeing shadow walk across your vision should be impossible, yet you were sitting exactly where people claim to see shadows move through the darkness. So it's almost uncanny how accurate that is. Of all the locations that could have happened, it happened exactly where it might actually be able to happen, even if it seems impossible. After having so much luck in the mine, we decided to move our investigation over to another haunted location, the Bordello, where women have been physically attacked by an angry entity in the past, and where paranormal activity is commonplace. So now we're walking into the Bordello, one of the more haunted and active areas of Goldfield Ghost Town, and we're bringing Matt along because he is very knowledgeable and has a good rapport with the spirits here. Welcome to the Bordello.
We hear that door opening.
Yes.
Yes.
We've been waiting years to investigate here. So stoked to be here. And thank you for having us.
Oh, of course, anytime. This place has a lot to say, so I'm glad you're here to listen.
Can you show us where the Bethany story, like I'm obsessed with that story.
It's actually took place exactly where we are standing right now. One of the most frightening experiences that ever happened to me. In the bordello, in fact. It wasn't even part of a tour. I was actually just hanging out with friends and we decided to go up into the bordello late one night. There was myself and several other friends. A man named Michael was present who is now a part of Fear Frontier. But there was also this woman there by the name of Bethany. Now Bethany was tagging along, but she also managed the bordello. Now since she was the manager, I figured if anything was in there, it probably knew her by name. So, expecting absolutely nothing to happen, everybody sort of in their place in a darkened corner, I pointed right at Bethany. Sort of laughing, I said, if there's anything here that wants to make its presence known, say the name of the woman that I'm pointing to. When from the empty room we were standing in thin air, Bethany. And as frightening as it was, I wasn't convinced. Everybody screamed. I calmed them down and told them, hang on, there's no proof. I'm gonna be skeptic here, so I got everyone to calm down and I pointed at Bethany again and I said, this time, for the sake of skepticism, if there is something in this room that truly, unmistakably wants to make your presence known, say the name of the woman I am pointing to a second time, and I promise I won't ask a third time. When from the darkness that was behind me, Bethany. Everyone, except for me, Michael, and believe it or not, Bethany, fled the room screaming. Now Michael and I began to check the room for anything that could have proven this to be a hoax, phone, recording devices, audio devices of any kind. And upon realizing that we weren't going to find anything, we turned around and realized that Bethany had collapsed to the floor. And as we ran over to help her up, lifting her off the ground, suddenly her head rolled back and her skin had become completely pale white and she had tears running down her face. We were beginning to wonder if she was even breathing. As we were trying to awaken Bethany, see if we could get through to her, we actually watched 3 red nail marks begin to appear down her chest. And as we grabbed her by the arms and tried to run her out of the building, we sat there and watched 3 more red nail marks appear down her back. Now we got her out of the building, and as soon as we did, she immediately began to choke, breathe, kind of wipe her eyes. It was as if we got her back to safety, and for a long while, she would not only not re-enter the bordello, even managing it, but she continued to have nightmares for weeks on end that something was calling out to her from the bordello.
Okay, so if there are any spirits here, my name is Amy. I've got Jared here with me tonight, and you probably already know Matt. But if there's someone around that wants to communicate, please don't be shy. Come up to my hands. Maybe you can manipulate this device to give us a word. Can you make a noise? Can you tap on something? Can you stomp your feet? Thank you.
The noise came from like behind our camera maybe?
Yeah.
It did.
Maybe in that cabinet?
This cabinet is no stranger to paranormal activity. In fact, I've seen it several times open by itself, sometimes violently, even ricocheting off the chair next to it.
Now we do have an electrical storm sort of passing over, and I have seen a lot of lightning as we were setting up, so I'm hoping that provides some energy to anyone here tonight. If you could move something or make another noise, we would really appreciate that.
So this is an authentic brothel, right? Like this is what this place used to be.
Yes, in the 1890s, this would have been the brothel. Well, would have been visited constantly by men who we still think men are here presently just as much as women, because there seems to be also a very dominant sort of presence here, and a lot of men feel threatened in here, like the men from the past want the men from today to move away. What is it?
Hammer.
I mean, we are in a mining town. So.
Yeah. Is there a miner here?
Specifically what about a hammer?
So now entering the final room. Threat.
Threat?
Yep. Is that...
Does someone in here feel threatened? Are you a threat or are we a threat?
We're not here to hurt you. I'd just like to talk. We would soon document onto camera some activity within this room that may be related to the response of threat.
So this would be the madam's room, right?
This is the madam's room, correct.
This is the boss?
Yep, the one that ran the bordello. This would have been her mainstay, her headquarters. It's an extremely active room. Sometimes almost playfully, but sometimes threatening. That's why it's interesting that the word threat happened as soon as we walked in. We have both gentlemen and a lady present, so maybe something here, speaking of one of us, says this is a threat, unwanted. Sometimes there's a presence in here that's so heavy that people can't walk in. Some people can't get down the hallway. It's as if something's telling them to stay back. So the word threat is interesting, but I'm waiting to see what happens next.
That was literally as soon as I crossed the
Yes.
threshold into this room.
It was
as well.
literally the moment, yes.
I'm really digging this authentic copper bathtub.
Yep.
That is really cool.
Might sound strange, a bathtub having paranormal activity, but we cannot tell you how many times this sounded like it was being pushed or scooted across the floor, as well as what sounded like people getting in or out of it.
Can you tell us about the bathtub?
This wouldn't be the first bathtub we've had an experience, would it, Ames? No. Paranormal experience I'm talking about. It's really cool in here.
So the last thing we wanted to show you guys is the mannequins, because I know how much you love these on my channel. These are said to move around, right, Matt?
That's correct. It's not always witnessed, but they are known to be not in the same location that they're left in the night before, nor necessarily the same position, and some people have claimed to have photographed them in different positions or making different face expressions, so yeah, that is correct.
Anything to say for yourself? We now wanted to spend some time in the dark reaching out, but just as we were setting up, we managed by chance to document something incredible and eerie onto one of our cameras. Here, Jared set up a light and a Ghost Tube SLS camera to monitor the main bedroom. Then he left the room to join Matt and myself down the hall, when we all heard a loud noise come from that same bedroom.
What was that? I don't know what that was. Let me check. I'm recording in there.
You're recording?
Yeah. Okay, I've got an idea of what it is.
Alright, let's go investigate.
Okay, so is that got audio on? This?
Sound check,
This one?
yep.
So guys, we were just chit-chatting in the main area of the bordello. I just set up an SLS camera like literally a minute before this happened in the madam's room, and we all heard a metallic rustling in that room, and we were recording in there. So we're about to go now and have a look. I have a suspicion it's a piece of jewelry that I noticed myself when I was setting up the SLS camera. Here. It was this. That's the noise that we all heard.
You know what? Did you like touch that? Maybe it's like you shouldn't have been playing with someone's jewelry and you got too close to it, because that's right where you've set up all this stuff.
I don't know, but this would have caught that sound. After this caught it and we all heard it, we just started rolling everything else. So just context.
This all happened really quickly for us, and since we were in the other room, we were not fully aware of what had happened. We simply thought that perhaps this piece of jewelry had been moved. Watching the replay reveals that the entire table the camera was perched on moved in such a way as if someone had angrily smashed their fist upon it. You can see the camera jump from this, and there's no way it was caused by something shifting or falling over from gravity, as nothing was knocked over or out of place. Additionally, as this happened, an SLS figure appears in the mirror for a split second. Further to this, a few light anomalies appear right from where the activity happened, and they seem to make their way across the room. Whether you believe this may be some kind of energy or light reflecting from dust, it doesn't make it any less interesting, as it shows there was some kind of movement within the empty room. Could this tie into the response of threats we received earlier, or did our presence anger someone?
What was that? What was that? What was that?
Never had that happen, to my knowledge, but it doesn't really make sense unless it fell from something. This is flat on the table.
This was flat on the table when I set it up.
Yeah, this doesn't... There's nothing for it to fall from. It seems as if it was
Just film what
moved.
it is, Jared.
So, it seems as if something would have walked over and physically moved it. As you can see, it's flat on that table. It's not
And it was
dangling.
It sounded like it was more than just like one thing though. It was like a few like jingles. If that
maybe
makes
something
sense.
was trying to see why this bright light was here, what's going on here, and moved it. Because it was not long after you guys set up. You were just standing right outside the hall.
All three of us were out there as well. Feeling like there was something around, we decided now to set up to conduct another experiment. This time, running Ghost Tube Seer. This tool works similarly to other paranormal devices in that it uses environmental readings to select words, yet unlike other tools, it then also utilizes the power of artificial intelligence to picturize readings into unique images to convey meaning like never before. So if there are any spirits around, please, thank you.
We are getting a picture.
If you're already stepping up to the table.
See, the idea is we're going to interpret what we're seeing. I just see a bunch of
Oh my gosh.
balls. I
Yeah.
see like floating
This looks
balls.
surreal.
Now, me being as familiar with this building as I am, I'm going to think really hard and see if this thing wants to show me something, tell me something that I've wanted to know forever. We'll see. Like,
I just seen the hallway thing go off, by the way.
If there is someone down there, down the hallway, you're welcome to come into the room with us.
I heard that too.
there's
like
something.
That
There's
creak
something
over there.
moving. Yeah.
There was a big crack.
There was two. There was a small one, and then right as you had come down the hall, there was another one.
If there is someone down, maybe you can join us at this table. If you can, maybe you can show us what you look like.
Whoa, 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 whoa. That just went
Okay.
off the EMF meter.
Thanks for joining us at the table. Can you go towards the middle device?
Please don't tell me that was that bloody mannequin. It's like
I-
right next to me.
Yeah.
Because over there you can hear wind forming, like hitting against
Yeah.
it. But that may not have been the wind.
Yeah. Of course, I'm the one sitting right here next
Yeah, of
to the
course.
mannequin. Yeah.
There's a new gentleman in the bordello. What do you want to show him?
I've only got a little bit of money.
Apparently, a little bit is enough.
Oh, whoa.
That's something.
Okay, we've got this mannequin right here sitting in a chair. She looks pretty comfortable. This one here. Did the EMF just go off again?
Yeah.
It did.
Thank you.
Okay, so we've got potential mannequin activity going on.
You seem very fixated over by the bar.
I feel like that's where I'm hearing most of the stuff, but yeah, I'm not really sure. Okay.
John, swap seats me.
Does someone in here? Does someone in here like Jared? Perhaps you could show us what you're wearing. Are you wearing something pretty that you'd like us to see?
I'm seeing,
Is that a figure dancing? Maybe or
Oh my
like
god.
what are you seeing at?
I mean, it looks like arms and a back, but also it's got like horns maybe.
I mean, interpreting these is sort of like ink block tests. Like I'm seeing like worms and
I see that too.
yeah,
I
like
can see where it's
worms
coming
and
from.
stuff.
But
Well,
I
I
can
do
also
see hands.
Well, it could because I said show us your outfit, and it almost looked maybe like some sort of ballerina type pose,
Yeah.
showing an outfit, and this might look like a hand on the right side.
Yeah, right.
You know what, as well, like we're in a brothel. To me, that's like seeing skin and like
Skin on skin,
It
bodies
could be.
hands on a
intertwined.
back.
Yes.
Obviously, these images are open to interpretation, and that is the point. Yet the more I reflect on this particular image, the more I feel like it looks like a female back being abused in a way. Since we had just directed a question towards the women, or even young girls working at the brothel, which was known to employ girls as young as 12 or 13, could this be representative of them not having ownership over their own bodies in a sense? What do you make of it?
If that was you demonstrating that I requested for you to, show us what you're wearing or something, thank you.
If there's someone in there, maybe you can show us who is in there.
There's definitely something in there.
Oh, yeah, I can hear it.
Whatever moves the mannequins, would you like to reveal yourself? Whatever causes those mannequins to move?
Or is there an object in this room that is meaningful to you? Can I just say as well, while we were watching this, I did see in the corner of my eye the tripwire down the corridor going off a few times. So I definitely think we've got activity down that end of the house.
I feel like things are on each side of the room watching, maybe trying to figure out what we're doing.
What is going on?
Now, REM pod I've seen in here. This particular EMF, much more rare to be in here, and it has attractive colors. This for sure is new, so I could see them watching and being like, what is this?
Yeah.
I mean, they should recognize me, those that are in here. Maybe you could try and use this to demonstrate.
Whoa.
Thank you.
I feel like this is like roof silent style here.
Yeah, I just got chills then too. Okay, if there's someone here.
Speaking of chills, did it just get colder?
Yeah, I've got chills.
Thank you.
Now, if there's someone around this device in the middle, I would love if you can show us what moved earlier in the madam's room. Okay, we're getting proximity and the EMF, yeah.
They are here. We've still got my friend in the mannequin room. Oh, we've got an image coming up. Oh, I'm seeing like keys or like
There's keys.
Oh my god.
There's keys that look just like that.
There are keys over there.
I know there's some right there.
Wow. That is amazing.
Thank you so much.
Is it still there?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Let me come back. Oh, that is sick.
I am also like super cold.
It is, yes, the temperature has changed dramatically.
I was hot before.
Right when the EMF and REM pod went off, the temperature is now absolutely cold.
Yeah. Can you show me what's making me cold right now?
I would love to see a face, maybe one of the faces that I've talked to many times, or perhaps whoever said Bethany. That's a face I would like to see. Who said Bethany's name?
When that voice came through, did that sound like a male or female voice, or because it was a whisper, was it too hard to tell?
No, it actually sounded more masculine, but it also sounded, may or may not have been human, especially the second time.
Right.
The first one was more like a harsh whisper. The second one was more like a threatening growl, like fine, you want it, you've got it.
Well, maybe it was reaction to you just then. Yeah, I would like to see that as well. Can you show us what resides here? Oh, it's getting something. Oh, I'm seeing a figure there by a window.
Way.
Oh my god.
Figure by a window, maybe.
A dark figure, has no face.
Is it the mannequin sitting by the window?
Oh my god, let me check.
Or is that the Bethany?
That's where the Bethany came from the second time.
Mannequin with black hair by a window, maybe.
I didn't say this part of the story.
Oh my god.
The second time when Bethany's name got said aggressively, it was right there.
Oh my god.
That's dark as well.
That is a complete dark shadow.
Thank you.
It's got no face, it's like just dark, and you can't tell if it's male or female. It's sort of...
That is rather uncanny with how much... That is literally representing...
Okay, thank you.
That is cool.
The other members of Fear Frontier are going to blow a gasket when they see that.
We can send you these pictures as well.
Okay.
Oh, thank you.
Whoever that is, we know that you've scratched somebody before. Can you depict that in an image?
Just to verify for us that this is the same being that was here that time with Bethany.
Oh my god.
Bethany was scratched 3 times on the chest, 3 times on the back. If whatever is here can hear me and wants to interpret that, go ahead.
I was excited by the relevance behind this image appearing, just as we had asked it to. And what's more, right beside a window where we had been hearing noises and from where the actual dark voice that had once said Bethany years earlier emanated from. This was also something that was obviously significant to Matt, but our investigation would only get weirder from here on out.
That image over there, by the way, was positively frightening. This room we're in now is known as the parlor, and I always say basically the end of the parlor where the mannequins are. We heard Bethany, and I heard a voice over there. Or not a voice, pardon me, a sound over there, not a voice. Yeah. But
That camera.
That camera.
Shut off.
What the?
Did it shut off?
Yeah, it's dead. It's off.
Dead?
It's not on.
Nothing in Goldfield stays dead for very long. Haha. Cameras, cell phones.
Okay.
Anything that seems to be able to document them. they will interact with. It is freezing right here. I literally feel air on my
coming
hands.
back to join
that
you.
battery's just died.
Maybe just let it go, Ames.
I
Probably
can
enough
plug in a
footage.
fresh battery. I
Something's
just feel
forming
like
on the
something's
screen.
about
We've
to
got another image,
happen.
James.
We have a shadow,
Another
an
shadow.
undeniable shadow figure.
Another shadow on the right-hand side, Ames.
There's nothing else that could be. It is a silhouette of a man or woman or child.
Ames,
Sorry.
what do you make of
Look at
this?
this.
That's a shadow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is this
The shadow
shadow
is-
in the room with us? Did you mess with that camera? It's the side of
there.
the screen you're on. Did you
Where
mess
the
with that
camera
camera?
is.
If you did, can you please make this, can you go up to this red light here? Oh, what was that?
The other REM pod, perhaps, or?
No,
don't
I've never heard that noise
I've never
before.
heard that noise before. I don't know what that was.
Well, there's a red light over there too. Maybe he didn't know you meant this red light.
I have no idea what that was.
I don't know what that noise was. That's not our device. That's not our device.
That's a cash register.
Why is the register
I
operating?
gotta film this. I gotta film this. I gotta film this.
What the heck?
Cash
The cash
register.
register just suddenly started.
That's nothing of ours. That was the cash register.
Is this like a store during the day, Matt? Or something like that?
During the day, not at night. I mean, you can sell merchandise there. However, it wasn't. I don't think it was open today. Today is Wednesday. This would be open Friday through Sunday.
There it goes again.
And there's lightning out there.
And the
I just
lightning's
seen
back.
lightning. Okay.
Yeah. That cash register just did something on its own and started printing some.
I think that's actually completely fascinating, especially since there's a shadow figure was on the right. The camera turned off. She said, or you guys said interact more, and suddenly the register starts going off. It's as if something over there is playing with things, and then this device seems to have generated a shadow figure on that side of the room, is what it looked like to me.
How we're looking at this screen, where that shadow figure was over here where the camera...
It's doing
Did
it
you
again.
do it again?
You're over there, aren't you?
Are you having fun?
Beep boop.
It's generating an image.
Oh,
I'm seeing like a lighthouse now though.
Boat?
a
or
boat
something.
on the ocean.
A boat in
Wait.
the ocean, yeah.
Where have I seen that? That's on like a book or something, but I swear, somewhere in this building, I swear there's an image of a boat. A child or something playing with the register. Do you like the ocean, boats?
So that register, as far as you know,
another
hasn't
one.
done it before?
Is that a lighthouse?
That's
You
a
literally
lighthouse.
said lighthouse.
That's a lighthouse. That's,
So we
that's
have-
a
And that's
lighthouse.
produced a
Boat
lighthouse.
and lighthouse.
Okay, boat, lighthouse. You said lighthouse. Is somebody in here
Is this where you're...
having fun playing ocean?
This image of a boat seemed quite random, yet we would soon find there was relevance to it after all. Alright, can you give us one last image, please?
One last image and then we're going to head off unless it's really, really, really compelling.
Show us a face.
Yeah, I want to see that figure. I want to see what that is.
The detail there.
Oh,
That
it gives us another figure.
God.
Another figure,
like
but
an
no
apparition,
detail.
almost like a ghostly.
Like a white sort of figure. Do you notice
White
anything?
figure,
These poles
veiled
that it's in
figure.
front of, does that look like
It
anything?
makes me think of the mine. It makes me think of the
mine?
stope in the mine.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Like the wooden beams that are down and...
Yeah. Could there be someone standing outside of one of the doors? Based off that, it could be. Just imagine if there was like literally just a full figure standing in front of the madam's door, but we couldn't see it around the corner. But it's
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, like those two things in the background could have been like a frame of a door. Is that what you were saying? Like, yeah, right.
Wow. We're just wrapping up, we're done, and lo and behold, I just look up here, boom, there's the frickin' ship right here.
It's uncanny because this is exactly where the paranormal activity that was taking place was happening. Exactly where the register was going off, where EMF was going off, where the shadow on the right side of the AI reader was placed. On this side, it really adds up. And I remembered there being a ship present, and Amy spotted it. There it is.
Right here. So cool.
There you go. That is definitely probably our best piece of evidence tonight.
Yeah, and like we've not ever been in here before. Never would have noticed that unless we were specifically looking for a ship. Goldfield Ghost Town is a truly haunted place that did not disappoint us during our investigation. I'm not sure if it was the storm that allowed the spirit's energy or the presence of Matt from Fear Frontier, a familiar figure to the ghosts that propelled the activity to such an incredible level, but I won't soon be forgetting our experiences at Goldfield. If you did enjoy this video, I'm sure you'll love the next one, so make sure to subscribe and turn on all notifications for my channel, as our next video will take you to a rather terrifying location in a remote part of Illinois, where an old almshouse and psychiatric facility functioned. You might also spot some familiar paranormal faces who joined us for a truly epic night at the very haunted Ashmore Estates. Crypt Keepers, I cannot express how good of a time Jared and I have had at Goldfield Ghost Town. This has been really, really cool, and a huge shout out to Matt from Fear Frontier. Like, really appreciate all the help he has been to get us into this place. I'm going to leave links to them below. I highly recommend visiting. Do the ghost tour. It is freaking amazing here. Also, just hearing noises in here still. But honestly, like, the bordello has been really cool, and that last sea session has kind of blew my mind, especially with the ship and everything. But I do hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. That really helps me out. You want to do any more reading about this place, head to my website, AmysCrypt.com, and I post bonus content on my Patreon and my YouTube members that are linked below. But thank you guys so much for watching. Until next time.